Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, April 27th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the SPY, IWM, and triple Qs. And right now, as you can see, we're all trading towards the top end of yesterday's ranges. Couple things. Here's the important things to keep in mind today. Tesla had earnings. Stock's not doing much. So those are the only ones I look at to see if they have a huge move, to see if they'll affect the indices. So far, it won't. Now, what do we have to look forward to in SPY and ES? Well, let's not forget, tomorrow is the Fed. So whatever happens today, we have to keep that in mind, because right now we had an inside day yesterday, and basically I treated last week as an inside week. So if we are to come out of it to the upside, you need to go with that trade and monitor it for continuation and, just as importantly, lack of. So what does that mean? That means, and by the way, we just made new highs here in the pre-market as we're 414.49, 418.49 it looks like. So what that means is if we take out yesterday's high and come out of an inside day, we will be taking out last week's high also and the all-time high. You have to go with a long, but you do have to monitor it for continuation or lack of. If you end up failing and coming back inside the day's range, I'd be out of that trade and reassess it for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're failing coming out of inside week and day. And number two, yesterday's range was very small. So you always have to keep in mind the possibility of a look above and fail. And by the way, we still have 75 minutes. We could end up coming out of an inside day to the downside. And then again, you go with it with a sell and monitor for continuation, especially if you were to look below yesterday's low and fail. The big question is, what does the market want to take out of today prior to the Fed? That's why a look above the all-time high, you really want to monitor it and see if it gets legs, because how much do they want to do prior to the Fed tomorrow? Just things to keep in mind. All right, destinations for this morning. So right now we have only two to the upside. No, we don't. We have more than two. First off, we went out with a price probe yesterday. Boy, oh boy, is that being rejected. 417.18. Now, we were 10 wide at 417.62, sees low. Right now, if we open above it, it becomes a downside destination. So then we would have three destinations to the upside. 418.22, yesterday's high. 418.25, weekly high, all-time high. And now 418... is that 49 or 50? 418.50 pre-market all-time high. For the downside, we would have the POC if we opened above 417.62 as our first downside destination. Then we would have 417.24, the overnight low, 416.97, yesterday's low, and then you should have all the single prints from the trend day the previous day on Friday. Remember, if a trend day is to be taken back, it's usually late in the second day or the third day. Well, this is day 3. So game plan, exactly what I just said. Right in here, there's nothing. Now, can you take a short against yesterday's high and a weekly high? You can. You can. What I would do is, if you take that short, remember you're going to have at least overlap in a higher value, if not higher. I would certainly be out above that, because then you'd be coming out of an inside day to the upside. Now, in the next hour, if we open with a gap or real close to the upper end and we take it out right away at 9:30, I'm looking for longs, and then I would monitor it for continuation. If we open in the next 75 minutes right inside the meat of this profile, I will do nothing until we get more market-generated information. And then on the chart, so here's the weekly. Yes, we took out last week's high, and yes, we're one-time framing up, but you could almost treat that as an inside week. That's why I said that. So we'll see if we come out of it to the upside today. And then on the daily, that was clearly an inside day. We are one-time framing up 3 days. We haven't gotten much distance recently. So the key is, do we come out of this inside day to the upside and explode above this? If there was no Fed meeting tomorrow, I'd say there's a good chance of that. I just don't know how much buyers want to do prior to that. But we certainly will trade whatever the MGI tells us to. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.